Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday. Hopefully, those of you up on the East Coast are not getting battered as bad as you thought. And if you are, you're staying safe. So, from the rest of us who aren't in the path of Henri here, our prayers go out to all of you. Just stay safe, stay out of trouble. Hopefully, just hunker down, listen to the storm, don't go out and play in it. Just keep your loved ones close. So I titled this one this morning, Doing Something, because the overwhelming thing, and I've talked about this before, that people say, we've got to do something. And my answer always is, give us a suggestion. And of course, I always hear crickets, except for the occasional person that says, we got to storm Washington or something like that, and they remind me of the guy from a couple of days ago sitting in his pickup truck outside the Library of Congress. Okay, enjoy spending your time in jail. But I say do something because we do need to do something. And y'all know I've tried other things in the past, with Freedom Gathering, and obviously it didn't have the impact that I hoped it would. Okay, now I'll give you this. Just because I failed doesn't mean I'm not going to try something else. I've told you the story of why WD-40 got its name. I've told you the story about Thomas Edison, and the light bulb. Babe Ruth, every strike gets me closer to the next home run. So, you got to try different things. So, the way I'm looking at it here is maybe our little community here can't have a massive effect on the direction the government goes, okay? Y'all know me. I'm never going to say pitchforks and torches and march on Washington. That's, just not the way I roll. My answer, at least at this point, okay, is still how we can all work together to weather the storm. We will come out the other end, guys, okay? No matter what happens, okay? Whether the 46 administration goes down in a ball of flames or whether the United States becomes the USSR, we will come out the other side. It's just a matter of how, okay? There is going to be time will go on, let's put it that way. And it just matters on how we're going to wind up living our lives from that place forward. So that brings us to October 16th, okay, and all of us getting together. Now, people can say what they want about it. It seems like we have a decent amount of interest in doing it, okay? And my point on the whole deal with October 16th is not to be some sort of class on how to field strip a weapon or how to set up a tent or, certainly not, there's going to be a whole bunch of vendors around selling you stuff, okay? You know me, that ain't happening, okay? This is a chance for us to all get together, share some ideas in person. I mean, at least meet face to face. There's the start. There's a lot of names that I recognize day in and day out on, Voodoo Queen Herbalism, all my moderators, okay? Lorna's in here every day, the Rooster. I mean, I'd love to meet a lot of you guys, okay? There's names that I see every day. East Tennessee Preparedness is around all the time. Great channel, by the way, too. But I'd love to meet you guys. But this way we have a chance to share ideas and discuss face-to-face rather than in short, not that this is Twitter, but, short sentences, okay? A couple hundred characters. So that was the beginning purpose of it. And, also a thing comes, and this kind of rolls back to what I was talking about when I went to that meeting last Thursday, is you get a chance to meet people that are local, okay, and not feel so alone, I guess, if you will. A lot of you guys say, I don't have anybody around me. I have no mag, whatever it would be, nobody to count on if things go south. And chances are that's because you don't know. Somebody emailed me yesterday after the live stream when I was reading emails and had mentioned that they were talking to a neighbor and turned out that the neighbor was a prepper too. Never knew it. Okay. Guys, it's kind of for the most part, the definition of who we are. Nobody really knows what we do. Okay. I mean, except for those of us who have YouTube channels, which kind of make it, hard to stay too gray because our faces are on the computer every day. But for the most part, for the rest of you guys, no, there isn't you're not putting a sign out in front of your house saying, "Are you a prepper? Come meet me." So this is a chance to meet those people who are in your local area, or just meet some people and get some ideas, period. But like I said the other day when I was at that meeting and talking to a couple other people, well, they now know if something on the south side of the peninsula goes south, okay, that I'm up here on the north side and Mountaintop Prepper up here too. We know if something goes bad up here, there's like-minded people, we'll just use it that way, down there that maybe we can get some refuge with. Those are important things. We talked yesterday about a barter system. Who better to barter with than other preppers? Because I guarantee you, 100%, no doubt in my mind, there is nobody here who has prepped all the same stuff as somebody else. And if you need something, there's going to be stuff we're going to realize we need in an SHTF event that we never thought of. And maybe somebody else did think of it. So that comes up. So those are kind of things that, why I wanted to bring up October 16th and get all together. So what I want to do here, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to take RSVPs for this. We've all seen in the news that lately, there was the Facebook thing. Do you know somebody who's prepared too much? So and Magic Prepper did a video on this too. They're starting to make preppers out to be the bad guy in society. And so that means that they're going to try to infiltrate whatever you've got going on, okay? Again, somebody asked me yesterday about militias, what I thought about it. I'm like, well, okay, so if you want to do it, go for it. I said, just understand, you're walking into the lion's den because, every one of them is infiltrated by state police, the FBI, whatever it would be, looking for radicalism, okay? We're preppers, we're not radicals, okay? I won't say we're pacifists, but we're not radicals, okay? We're not terrorists. So I'm going to take RSVPs on this, and what I would ask everybody to do is email me whoever's coming. Like I said, if there's, family members, you don't have to be a YouTube subscriber, and people want to bring family or kids or whatever, that's fine, okay? But email me the name of each person that's coming and the city and state that you're coming from. Reason being is this: we do have some people that have volunteered to be security for this, and I think that's important, okay? They will be very obvious that they are going to be security people. I will make sure of that. But we don't know if anybody's going to try to rain on our parade. It's not like we're advertising this, but it's not like I can put videos up to subscribe. Well, I could, but put videos up to subscribers only. Somebody could find this and decide they want to cause trouble. So, in the interest of keeping troublemakers out, the only way I'm going to have anybody allowed in is if they are on the RSVP list. We're not going to have people just say, oh, gee, I saw a whole bunch of cars over here and I thought I'd come see what's going on. No, that's not going to fly. All right. The only reason I want this information is so I can have a name tag for each person. So when you come in, you give your name tag, you pop it on your shirt or whatever it would be. And, somebody will know who you are. If you want to include your YouTube handle too, that's great, because then people can kind of relate to a YouTube handle. But we are going to check ID to match your name. You can't come in and say, I'm John Smith, and in reality, you're Timothy McVeigh. Yes, I know he's dead, but I'm just using the name. Okay. So that's kind of the point on how I want to do this. So if y'all want to email me, I mean, obviously little kids and stuff like that aren't going to have ID. I'm going to kind of take it at face value that if mom and dad are there, the kids are there. It's okay. I don't think we have a whole bunch of coyotes running through trying to come to East Tennessee to go to some prepper get-together. But that way we'll keep out the riffraff. And again, you have no idea who's there. You know, I'm doing this for two reasons. One, it'll make us easier to introduce ourselves. You see somebody that's, I mean, not that you're not going to recognize me, but, you know, you see somebody's name tag that says pinball. Yeah, you're going to know who I am, so you can talk to me. Plus, if you see somebody that says, oh, I don't know, Jacksboro, Tennessee on there, and you go, oh, crap, I'm the next town over. You're local. Didn't even realize it. You know, now you get a chance to have a conversation together. So that's kind of the point. But guys, please shoot me an email. It's pinballpreparedness@protonmail.com. I will put together a spreadsheet with everybody's name and location so I can have name tags made for everybody when everybody gets there and they can check in. So that way we can also make sure that we don't get in trouble and we don't go over the limits or whatever for whatever the park allows, because I don't feel like having us all get kicked out of there. So, all right, guys, have a great Sunday. Not super exciting, but that's a good thing when there's not super exciting stuff to talk about. But I think this is kind of fun. Have a great day, guys. Pinball out.